What's up guys, this is an update to my previous 5th generation Supra video, which I'll link to above and in the description section below. I've covered a lot in those videos, so check them out for anything not referenced in this one. The Supra in disguise has been making its rounds at the Goodwood Festival of Speed and recently for test drives in Spain to draw interest. But is it really worth the wait? Well, the production version will finally be displayed at the 2019 Detroit Auto Show in January, which has been 5 years after the FT1 concept was revealed. Let's start off with talking about the most important part of this car, and that is pricing, which I think will upset most people. It's rumored to be around $63,500 for the inline-6 twin-turbo B58. There's roughly an $8,000 to $10,000 difference between the 4-cylinder turbo to the 6-cylinder turbo if you compare with other BMW models. So going by that estimate, the turbo 4-cylinder B48 should be around $53,000. Now, why is it so expensive? Well, because the chassis and engines are from BMW. There is no way BMW is going to allow Toyota to undercut them, especially when the Supra is clearly just a BMW with badge engineering. So if the $63,500 price is incorrect, then just wait until the actual pricing is confirmed for the BMW Z4, since it'll be out before the Supra anyways. If you disagree with this pricing, then another example would be to look at the Toyota H6 and the Subaru BRZ collaboration. They are both priced very similarly, even with 3 different trims. The Nissan Z was the target in the past, and that would have also reflected in its price range, but now, since the target has changed to the Porsche Cayman, that also includes the $60,000 price tag. Toyota representatives have also confirmed the Supra is going to be more expensive than the H6, so this was kind of like a passive warning. This might be where the three brothers discussion comes in. We might see one more model that'll fit between the H6 and the Supra, because at this point the Supra is clearly not a step up from it, more of a steep climb because it's twice the price. Let's look at the competition at the $60,000 price range, which is right in line with the target Porsche Cayman's price. It's not about power with the new Supra, it's about the driving experience. So we'll have to see how satisfying it'll be, especially without a manual transmission option, which the Cayman offers. The Cayman is a low to mid 12-second quarter-mile car, so that kind of makes sense why they will be bumping power up to 382 in the Z4, and maybe more for this Supra also. I'm not saying they're drag cars, but this is just what I'm gonna reference as a performance number because we don't know how they perform as far as track performance yet. The Cayman is under 3,000 pounds and the Supra is estimated at 3,200 pounds, so the extra power should make up for the weight difference. But will the Supra be a better driver's car? The only way I can see the Supra being successful is if it becomes a Cayman killer, but really, that's not something to brag about because it's overshadowed by the 911 Turbo, GT2, and GT3. Now let's look at the competition, and the Supra will also end up competing with its counterpart, the Z4, then the BMW M2, Audi TT RS, and Jaguar F-Type. Notice that they are from luxury brands. Toyota is not even in the kind of class. I wouldn't even consider their luxury line Lexus to be in this class. Someone who's going to spend this kind of money for a Cayman will most likely not cross-shop a Toyota unless they know what they are getting themselves into. But anyways, at this price point and class, it's not also about performance, it's also about status and prestige. Next would be what I discussed in past videos. The competition would also be coming from the muscle or pony cars. The V8 Mustangs and Camaros would have it beat by horsepower and torque. Remember guys, these are not base Mustangs or Camaros. These will be the better handling and track focused GT350 and ZL1. The next sports car to compete with it based on price will be the Chevy Corvette, and it might compete with both the 4 and 6 cylinder offerings because of the price range. It's very hard to beat the Corvette at its performance per dollar game. The Corvette pretty much dominates in this price range, especially its power potential and huge aftermarket support. There was a point in time where the Supra competed with the Corvette, but that time is long gone and is no more, so don't even think about it. So at the Goodwood Festival, the hood was opened and you can clearly see the BMW B58 inline-6 turbo motor sitting there with the Toyota engine covers on. Here's the comparison so you can see the similarities. The 4-cylinder turbo wasn't seen, but it's most likely going to be the one that will be sold in the highest numbers because it should be cheaper than the 6-cylinder. The B48 4-cylinder is shorter, lighter, and might have a better weight distribution with better turn-in response. So this may be the way to go, especially if you're going to swap out for the 2JZ anyways. This engine can be found in the current BMWs with a quarter-mile time around the high 13s or low 14s. Remember, this might be at a price of $50,000. The B58 6-cylinder turbo is rated at 382 horsepower for the Z4 with a quarter-mile time of around mid-12s to low 13s at a $60,000 price tag. I'll be making a separate, more technical video specifically for the B48 and B58 engines, including modifications and power output, so subscribe and hit that notification button to find out more. Well guys, that's all I have as far as updates for right now, but as for my thoughts on the 5th generation Supra, I think if you accept it for what it is, which is an 8.6 or BRZ that is more powerful with a better chassis, suspension, and brakes, then you'll be fine. Otherwise, it'll be dead on arrival. These are Toyota Supras. This is not. Anyone who's conscious of badge engineering will not pay that much for a Toyota, especially when there are so many other options at this price range. The performance per dollar is horrible, and if I had the money, I'd most likely buy the Cayman, unless, like I mentioned, the Supra is a Cayman killer, like straight up killer. I don't see paying $50,000 or more and throwing another $5,000 to $10,000 for a 2JZ swap just to be cool really worth it, because the iron block might ruin the balance, but if you're set on having no warranty or AC or creature comforts and focused on straight line performance and have the money, then go right ahead. Here's the other thing. When you have your head engineer for the Supra already advocating to buy the 4-cylinder to swap in a 2JZ because it'll be cheaper, that just tells us that even he doesn't believe in the BMW motors for the upcoming Supra. Expect this generation Supra to be like the Lexus ISF, RCF, LC500, and LFA. Those cars were marketed to be performance cars, but we all know they are forgettable. This might not end up being as bad as NSX sales because it's not over $150,000, but it sure will not be surprising if it does. Let me know if you think the Supra will be a success or a failure in the comment section below. Also, hit that like button to support my channel if you found this informational. I'll see you in the next video.